Hello, happy Monday. It's Emily with Show Me CPR. I wanted to come live today to give you some information about a service that we offer. We've offered it since the very beginning. We just haven't done a very good job of promoting it. So I thought now with everybody at home, you might hear my kiddos. They are home having a dance party downstairs. I've locked myself in the office. But it's a service that we've provided from the very beginning that you might not be aware of. So I thought this would be the perfect time to talk about the difference between a blended learning class, an online class, and an in-person CPR and first aid class. Give you the information on what it is, what it isn't, and then you can see if it's the right fit for you, the right fit for your family, to see if the timing is right now to join a blended learning class and set up a skills session with one of our instructors and go from there. So you can see in my office, for those of you that know me, know that I am a big dork. I have huge Post-it notes all over the office. For a while, they were making it their way out into the living room. I've kind of reined that in a little bit. So I'm working in the office. I've got some Post-it notes and brainstorming. I'm also a lifelong learner. So little quirk about me and maybe why this is a good fit for me. But traditionally, CPR classes are held in person. They can be a one-on-one class, they can be a small group class, they can be a community class, they can be a class through your work, school, church, foster care, for various different reasons. Traditionally, you have an instructor that brings you the curriculum, brings you the content, facilitates the hands-on portion with the mannequins, with the skills practice, all of that. The instructor is there for you as a resource before, during, and after the class, and then the instructor issues a certification card. So you may or may not already have been certified. Also, something I do want to point out, American Heart Association and American Safety and Health Institute, for example, they have extended any current students that are right at the cusp of expiring for their certification. They have extended that to either a 60-day or a 90-day grace period. So if you have any questions specifically on that, let me know. Okay, so a traditional classroom class, right? It's kind of option number one. Then we have a blended learning class or an online class. Now, they're not the same thing, so I want to use those terms very sparingly. A blended learning class, and you can see my little Post-it right here. I was kind of going through and writing this all out. A blended learning class is an online portion and an in-person skills portion. So it's a really important distinction, because an online class is online content only. You never meet in person with an instructor. You never put hands on a mannequin. You never practice any of the skills. So be very, very careful and very cautious, and just informed on if you are signing up for a CPR class, if you're doing it for a specific reason. Make sure you reach out to somebody like me. I'm happy to talk with you and get you in the right direction, even if you don't use me as an instructor or my company to give you the class. But I want to make sure that you're taking the right class so you don't have to retake a class or you're wasting any of your money. Okay, so the blended learning class, it is a combination of an online lecture, video, PowerPoint style class that is self-directed. So if you are the type of person that is an adult learner, that maybe you're super busy, work shift work, don't have time to sit in a traditional classroom, maybe you're familiar with the content of CPR and first aid, maybe you've been certified every 2 years for 20 years and you're doing a refresher course, and so you're very competent in the information, or confident in your ability to absorb any new information, the blended learning class might be for you. What I really like about it is once you're registered for the class, you can access it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'll give you a time frame of how long that link is good for, but every person gets their own specific link. to access the class. The program tracks your progress. So I can see your progress, you can see your progress, I can reach out to you, see if you have any questions, concerns, problems, right along the way. I'm there to support you along the way. Once you have completed the online training portion, then I get a notification, you get a notification that you successfully completed the online training, and then we meet in person, one-on-one, and set up a skills session. We do that schedule around my schedule and yours. That is included in the cost when you set up a blended learning class with us. So that's a really good option. The online classes, remember the important distinction between a blended learning class and an online class. Online is just the online instruction only, does not include any hands-on skills practice. That's really important to understand because some employers will not accept an online-only class. The online-only class is not OSHA approved or accepted. So if you're, again, doing this for a specific reason, make sure you understand the type of class you're signing up for and that it's going to meet your needs for the 2 years that your certification is good for. Let's see, I took some notes here. Okay, so something else with the blended learning class that I think is a real benefit, I actually sat through the class, and I think tomorrow I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of what the class actually looks like so you can see again if it's a good fit for you. But it's a combination of video and PowerPoint slides. There's a skills guide that comes with it. There's a glossary. There's key training terms that you can refer back to. Super easy to get started in the blended learning class. You're just going to contact me, send me an email, emily@showmecprmissouri.com, or you can put a note down here in the comments or send us a private message. We'll send you an invoice to prepay for the class. Once we register, we'll collect some information from you, name, email, address, that kind of thing. Once the invoice is paid, we will register you for the class immediately, and you will have immediate online access to that class for, again, as long as you need. We'll monitor your progress. We are here to answer all of your questions along the way. If we need to do a phone call, if we need to do a FaceTime, if we need to do any kind of video conferencing to help support you while you go through that class, we're here for you. You can access that class 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then within 60 days of completion of the class, that's when we need to make sure that we have scheduled a skills portion for you. So the good thing about that is once you complete the blended learning, the online online lecture portion of the class, you have 60 days to set up an appointment to meet with us to go through your skills. So especially with all the uncertainty that's going on right now, that gives us a nice buffer, a nice cushion. Side note, we are still having classes. We're just doing them a little bit different. So if you absolutely need to have a class right now, either because you need it for work, really only work purposes, but if you absolutely need to have a class right now, get with me. I will give you your options. The American Heart Association, like I said, is giving a 60-day grace period. So if you're concerned about expiring and not being able to return to work, talk with your employer. I can help facilitate that conversation as well. But there is a 60-day grace period for that certification card. The American Safety and Health Institute has issued a 90-day grace period. As long as your industry standards support that, as long as your employer supports that, you should be good to go, and then we can get you taken care of after that. So hopefully that helped with what the difference between the in-person class, the blended learning class, and the online class options are. Let us know if you have any questions. I don't recommend the blended learning class for everybody, but if you think it's a good fit for you, reach out to me, we'll talk about it. This also might be a really good option to sit down with your family. You're home anyway. Like I said, my kiddos are downstairs having a dance party. So If you want to put your family through a CPR class, this is a really, really good option and alternative where you can log on, watch the videos and PowerPoints. You can even stream it. We have Chromecast, so you can access it from your computer. You can access it from your phone, and then just use Chromecast or another app that you have to broadcast it on your TV. Let me think. I think that's all the information I wanted to give you. But let me know if you have any questions. And we are still here. We are still open for business. We're open for any questions or comments, anything like that. All right. I'm going to go join the dance party, I think. I'll see you guys later.